The Rooted model, something I'm really excited to talk about and share with everyone. We have witnessed as Project Iowa, our community really in need. And so what that says to me is that we are not delivering services as we need to deliver them. How do I get people what they need where they're at?
When I learned about the idea of the Rooted model, it was different than what we normally do. So the idea of going out into the community and doing more joining with other local nonprofits was exciting.
County, the Beacon and Knock and Drop. We saw that when we were really there and present, rooted in those organizations, we had great outcomes and we were developing relationships and key partnerships that were going to really get us far.
The Rooted model is a way for Project Iowa to bring their expertise into the community and meet people where they are, especially if they are experiencing issues that intersect workforce.
It's different than a collaboration. It's different than a collective. When we want to root someone, we want them to be a part of it. We want them to be engaged. We want them to be part of that staff. We want them to be solid and stable for that population. And
just to be part of the workings, so that as people hear folks talk about what their struggles are, or what's going on in their lives, I'm a person who's known as like, oh, you should chat with Lisa. She'll be able to point you in the right direction.
It's a lot different than just tabling at a place. It's different than just going in once and dropping off brochures. We are a workforce expert, rooting ourselves where people are going.
Workforce impacts a lot of areas in our lives, and so if we're able to be in safe and trusting environments, we can assist people in the best way possible.
I think a really important part of this pilot project and this proof of concept that we're starting with is that I really looked to go to trusted, well-known sources where I have a really good relationship with the leaders at that organization.
So the first places that we will be at are Urbandale Food Pantry and the DMARC Pantry on the south side of Des Moines.
So those are the two that we're starting. This is a pilot where there's going to be open, honest communication. We're going to talk about how we can meet the needs of our community the best.
We really want to try to meet people so that not only can we give them the resource of like, here are a couple job listings that would work for you. Here's also where you would go to sign up for childcare assistance. Here's where you would go to maybe let's get you a bus pass for this amount of time. There are so many pieces that go into that, and being rooted in the community gives you the opportunity to know about these spaces.
This is just a different service delivery model, right? So same great stuff that Project Iowa does. We're using the curriculum, we're using all the knowledge we have about workforce, and we're taking it and we're tweaking it, or we're making it work for the population that we're meeting at these different locations.
I think that there's more communities that we can engage with. Employment perhaps has some unique barriers or challenges.
Some of the other things that we've noticed and we've talked about in our community and that Project Iowa has been involved in would be re-entry. People re-entering, and when I say that, they're re-entering from multiple things, but there are a couple that we would probably target. So re-entry from jail or prison. We do a lot of work in that space already, so it would be a natural for us to work with some halfway houses or some prisons as people are exiting. The other thing is recovery, and we also have some experience there already because we do work a lot with Recovery Court, the Beacon.
I really think that we're going to be a resource that is, people are going to start to look for us as opposed to us looking for them.
I'm excited to learn about people. I'm excited to hear the stories. That's where Project Iowa started, is stories. And so I think that that's where we can learn the most, and I want people in our community to know who we are and feel like we're a safe place. And I just think there's so much that we can do with listening to people.
It's been really exciting. I've met some really amazing people, and I can't wait to see who I get to meet next.